God made us to love him, but we have all broken that friendship. This foundational truth that God desires friendship with us, this is what the devil attacked in the garden. He came in and said, maybe God's a tyrant. Maybe he's a bully. Maybe he is using you to get something for himself. He planted doubt in the heart of Adam and Eve that God's intentions were good, that his desire was for relationship, that the defining nature of their friendship would be love. And this is the same way that the devil attacks my faith. And this is the reason that I turn away from God and chase after other means of being satisfied. This is the foundational element of sin, this idea of missing the mark. And what is the mark? The mark is to be like God as you enjoy being with God. This is what it means to be in the garden, to fully express your gifts in joyful service of God and man. And this is what we have lost, and we have all lost this, to the point where if anyone asks me to do anything, I immediately think, what will I get in return? Or if anyone flexes some power or authority, I think, are you a tyrant? I mean, the echoes of this lie are still reverberating in my heart. There are some students that may not have thought of themselves as sinners. They may assume that every mistake they've ever made was someone else's fault. And the Spirit of God is going to have to open that up to them. They're going to have to admit before God and before, in the recesses of their own heart, they're going to have to admit that they are part of the brokenness of this world. And some students will admit that and some are not ready. But let's make it safe for them. Let's go first and reveal the ways that we have been the sinner. We have run away from the good Father. And then in those spaces, we get to make a big deal about a gracious God who has come and drawn us back into friendship through countless expressions of love and generosity and sacrifice. And of course, the most clear and overwhelming example is Jesus, who emptied himself of heaven and the authority of, the ruler of the universe, and he stepped into human form, not as a king or a ruler or a captain, but as the lowest of the low. He came in as a baby of an impoverished couple in an enslaved people group, and he lifted up the lowest of the low. This is the kind of God that we have. This is what it means to look at our brokenness and think maybe he can do something about it.